Good afternoon from Jerusalem. I'm at Mount Zion, and I will take you there. I will take you from Mount Zion to the Western Wall through the Jewish Quarter in a special. This is a fasting day of Tisha B'Av. The Jews are fasting now in the city, not only the city, all over Israel. They can use the bike, they can use the fire, but they cannot take a bath. They cannot eat and drink. And so on and so on. No perfume then. Well, got a message. Then I don't know what will happen at the tours, because in my tours everything is different. I'm planning to do something, and at the end it's a different kind of tour. Let us wait a little bit, because he speaks very loud and. Hey, hello. רגע. Then in that case, we will walk now through the city, and we will talk about something, things that are happening today in the city, especially today at Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av, it's the day of, it's a disaster day. I mean, not disaster, it's a horrible day, but it symbolizes disasters that happened to the Jews. For example, the first and the second temple being destroyed at Tisha B'Av, which is usually at between July and August, and we are now in August. It's 35 degrees, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's so hot. I'm sweating. In that case, in front of you can see Zion Gate. We are at Mount Zion. I forgot to mention that I just came from the room, the Last Supper, the tomb of King David, the Dormition Church, the house of Mary, the house of Caiaphas, the tomb of Oscar Schindler. There's so many things to see here. Then this is Zion Gate. That was the border between Israel and Jordan. Israel was here. Jordan occupied the city in 1948, although Jerusalem was supposed to be owned by a United Nation. Then until age of 5, I, as an Israeli citizen, couldn't visit the city. That was Jerusalem for me. You can see the bullet holes around it, and that is part of the war between Jordan to Israel until 1967. 1967 we came back to the city, and now everything that we will walk through is part of Jerusalem, Israel. You can see the wall to your right side and to your left side. This is from 16th century, built by Suleiman the Magnificent, an Ottoman Sultan. And you can see a little bit of Mount of Olives, and soon you will see even more about it. But what you see here is a little bit white. This is the Jewish cemetery from the time of King David until now. Then I wanted to stop next to the map to show you what we are doing, but he's talking and talking and talking, and he's got a group and I don't, and I will wait patiently. Look at that child. He is already a man, 13 years old. He doesn't walk with shoes because it's grief day. He didn't eat, he didn't drink. It's not easy to do that for 25 hours. Then let's go to the map. The map will show you that there are 4 quarters: Armenian, Jewish, Christian, and Muslim. Then where are we now? Zion Gate. The previous movie that I took was about King David tomb, the room, the Last Supper. There's so many, Dormition Abbey, there's so many things to see. And this is the tomb of Oscar Schindler from Schindler List. And the house of the high priest is here as well. Here it is, St. Peter Gallicanto Church. We will walk through the border of the Armenian and the Jewish quarter, somewhere like that. We will stop next to the Hurva, to the Cardo, and we will walk all the way to here. We will see a beautiful view of the Temple Mount. That you can see someone tried to delete it because It belongs now to the Muslims, and that's where we end the tour, actually here. And there's so many things that I want you to see, although it's going to be a little bit empty or mostly tourists, but I want you to see how the Jews are mourning and grieving, and it's important. And if you won't reach that point, because I don't know how long it's going to take me, I want you to look at the videos that I uploaded. I will upload today and uploaded yesterday about Tisha B'Av, then you will know a lot about that. You can even not read the Torah, because Torah it's an enjoyable thing. The only thing that you can read is the book of Job and the Lamentation book. And we just enter through Zion Gate. Remember, that used to be Jordan until 1967, and the border here, the wall here is between us and the Armenian. The Armenian, we're talking about 2,000 people that lives here. The Armenian, as a nation, converted into Christianity before the rest of the Christians, before St. Ellen did it. Then in that case, they came to Jerusalem, and they have their own quarter. That's why the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is full with their chapels. Church of the Holy Sepulchre, it's the place that Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and resurrected, according to 90% of the Christians. And of course I do have videos of it. I have many videos. I just took a video of the situation around the tomb now yesterday. Then I will upload it. But I think on Sunday, this Sunday. But when you will see, I don't know. Then follow my YouTube channel. Very easy. Subscribe, and if it's okay by you, send it to everyone who loves history of the Holy Land. And if I talk about history, this is the ancient gate of Zion, 6th century, old, isn't it? But let's see the view from here. If you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, I'm warning you, this is a road. Then beware. You can see Mount of Olives, which is a mount of resurrection to the Christian, Jews, and the Muslims. And look how beautiful is the gate. You can see how massive it was. Then you can imagine how beautiful the city was at 6th century. And the most important thing that you can see from here are the cemetery, Jewish cemetery from the time of Jesus, from the time of King David until now, and the Ascension Church, that is where Jesus ascended into heaven. To the right of the Ascension Church, you can see a small tower. This is part of the oldest church in the Holy Land, together with the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Nativity, but no one knows about it. This is Pater Noster or Aluana Church. Look at it in my channel. And difficult for me to see, but you can see a green area. Yes, and there's a chapel there. This is Dominus Flavi, the Lord wept. That's where Jesus saw the city and wept. Beneath it, it's the Garden of Gethsemane. In that case, that was a short explanation about Mount of Olives. I have so many videos about it, and if you want to know more, just look for it. If you won't find it, please send me a message and I will send you the link. But please first try to find it. It's easy. Now we are still in the Armenian quarter, heading to the Jewish quarter. In 1948, when the Jordanians occupied the old city from the United Nations, they destroyed most of the Jewish quarter. Then the Jewish quarter of today is new, from 1969 and up. But beneath the Jewish quarter, there are so many museums that you can visit, and you will reach priest houses from the time of King Herod / Jesus. Another group of Jews, that I think some of them without shoes, that is not to feel comfortable. And again, they didn't eat and drink for so long. Too difficult for me. 35 degrees, remember? I'm trying to find the shaded places because oh, look how beautiful it is. Look at that street, the Angel Street. I must visit it once, and I will do that. Now, this is the border between the Armenian and the Jewish quarter. You can see it. Old Armenian flag. And new. So let's continue down. And it's a little bit slippery and the rail handle is hot. You won't see a lot of Jews now outside, but there are many because it's very hot. This is a grocery shop and it's open, but you won't see a lot of people that buy now food because they're not supposed to eat it. Then who can? Tourists, non-religious Jews, children. But most of the shops will be closed here, as I believe, and let's see why that shop is not closed, because it's a bakery and it's a Muslim bakery. The shops are open, but not all of them. All the food places, it's a Muslim place, all the food places are closed, as you can see. This is a nice ice cream, not the best one. This is a nice bakery, not the best one. But I like everything. Sweet. For me, everything is good. Another, I don't know, / grocery shop. Yeah, it's closed. But this is an open museum. This is the Cardo. The Cardo. It's the main street from north to south. Remember we saw the end of it? So the Zion Gate. And it was built by the Romans. In every Roman city there is a Cardo and a Dokemonos, which is from west to east, two main streets. Now let me show you how big it was. See the shops? Nothing's new. Only people like to buy food and souvenirs. Sidewalk was covered, see the columns, against the sun, the snow, yes it snows here, once in a few years, and the rain. And the road started from here and ended, see the benches? Right there. So it was so wide. Now you will remember that name, the Cardo, forever. How come? If you're going to deal with a doctor who deals with heart, not you, your neighbors, you're going to, yes, the cardio, the heart of the city. Here it is. It's so nice to be here when people are not here. Fasting. Hot. Air condition is better. LCD mosque. There are two mosques in the Jewish quarter. This is one of them. This is a theological garden that things that we found here from 6th, 7th century, even 12th century. See, look at the sandals. The idea is not to go with leather, which is leather is comfortable in a way, considered to be comfortable, not for me, but then you can see the people are walking with flip-flops on some of the kinds of shoes. There are two synagogues here. That one been destroyed by the Jordanian in 1948, and it was built again. It's called the Ruined Synagogue at 2010. There's a lovely view from the top, but not the best view. Then it's not a must. But there is another synagogue here. It's called the Ramban, and we believe that it's from the 13th century. It never been destroyed in a way. Then we saw the Ruined Synagogue, Ramban Synagogue, and beneath you there's so many evidence from the 1st century. Now the museum is closed because they are renovating it, but because it's a little bit empty here and I can talk, let me take you to the entrance of it and you will know how to reach it when you will be here next time, or with me or without me. Usually there's a lot of tables here to eat the pizza and the fish and chips, but as you can see everything is closed because of, I want to say, Ramadan, Tisha B'Av. Look how beautiful is the Ruined Synagogue from here. Don't forget to take a picture. I will talk about, you know what, let me talk about the Candelabrum, the menorah. This is a replica of the menorah that used to be in the Jewish temple from the time of King Herod. It belongs to a group that believes that if Israel will give them a permit, they will destroy the evidence of the Muslims at the Temple Mount, and they will rebuild the Jewish temple. There are two main museums that will take you to the ancient part of Jerusalem, and because the Jordanian destroyed that place, we could excavate before rebuild a new one, which is good. Always look at the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. The name of the museum is the Wall Archaeological Museum, and the entrance of it is from here. And it's closed for now for the last few years. They will open it, I don't know, somewhere. See, opening soon. Opening soon can be soon, 6 years from now. Everything is totally kosher here. That's why the shops are closed. It's kosher, no dairy products, no meat, and if you see, look at that Jew, you can see that he's not white. Judaism is not a race. Oh, I lost him. Judaism is not a race. Judaism, it's a religion. There are Asian Jews, Ethiopian Jews. Every color is beautiful. Orthodox Jews, you can see that they're walking with some stalls. They cannot sit on the chairs. Look at the shoes. And look at the ATM here. Just like the city, I mean the quarter is kosher, that ATM is kosher too. First of all, Why kosher? Because you can only withdraw money between Friday night to Saturday night. Obvious. Are you okay with me? See, all the shops are closed. It's like a ghost town. It's like Shabbat. But in Shabbat you're not fasting. Tisha B'Av film. Rabbi Akiva Yeshiva. This is another synagogue. It's called Tiferet Israel, and it's been destroyed by the Jordanians, and we are rebuilding it. Remember the view that I told you that the ruined synagogue is nice, but not more than that. That's going to be an amazing view. Then the minute they will open the rooftop, let's say a million years from now, I will be there. I will take a video for you. Still building it. There's a beautiful white dome there. For example, everything is kosher here. Here you can see only meat, no dairy product, no cheeseburger, no steak with a nice creamy sauce. Got it. Holy bagel. If it's cheese, then no meat, no pepperoni. Pizza, for example. And another museum which actually is open, it's the Burned House. It's a beautiful museum that shows you a house from the 1st century, actually 1st century, yeah, 70 AD, that's been destroyed. It's a beautiful movie, beautiful museum. And it's called the Burned House, and it's owned by one of the 24 priest families. How do I know it? Because we found a stone weight with the inscription Bar Katros. Bar Katros is one of those families. The Mishnah told us that there was a kind of a hate between them to others. I think that the hate between them to the others is because they had an amazing house view into the temple. Then the best view to the temple was from here. Let's go to see it. Let's go to build the temple together. Children can eat this. You can see the father cannot. I mean, it's not that the father cannot. The father can if he is sick, for example. If by doctor order, then he won't. But he won't eat in front of everyone. I'm not fasting at all. I'm too fat for that. Doctor order. I'm kidding. But I want to drink and eat in front of them. Let me respect. It's like I want to eat and drink in Ramadan at a Muslim quarter. That used to be St. Mary Hospice of the German Knights. We're talking about 12th, 13th century. You will see the church of it soon.
والقلب داعي لك. سامع شكو لك مع السلامة والقلب داعي لك. والقلب داعي لك.
Yes. This is the church, and look how beautiful this Mount of Olives. You can see the Jewish cemetery, the Ascension Church, El Aqsa Mosque, and part of the Temple Mount, the southern and the western wall of the temple, which is 1st century BC. Got it. 1st century BC. The walls of the city is 16th century AD. And you can see it's like a city on top of a city, on top of a city, on top of a city. They're renovating the museum that I show you, the Wall Museum. We call it the Herodian Museum. Then this is the Ren Quarter Museum. I think a better name. This is the exit of it, but I don't know what will be soon. It's a little bit breezy here. A little bit of shade makes it easier. Sadly, there's no shade in Western Wall, especially for the women. Sorry, women. The man's got air-conditioned part. You don't. Sorry. You know that I don't mean it, but that's life. Soon, and soon can be 10 years from now, we will have an elevator who will take the people from the upper city straight to the Western Wall until I hope that I will be able to use it before I'll die. Because in Israel, when you are doing something, you are excavating. And to excavate, it takes a lot of time, because every place that you will excavate here, you will find something from the past. Then King Herod wanted to build an impressive museum. Temple. But the foundation stone, the first rock ever, center of the world, is too small for a big temple. Then what he did, he destroyed everything that was around that stone and built 4 big walls to create an artificial plaza. That artificial plaza is called the Temple Mount. And you can see part of it, the southern wall and the western wall. And look at the Dome of the Rock now. This is a Muslim side, but at the time of King David and King Solomon and King Herod, that was the Holy of the Holy for the Jews. This was the Jewish temple. The Jewish temple was between 2 to 3 times higher because the plaza was built to impress the people with a big temple. Then the Dome of the Rock is above a rock. This is the first stone ever, the most important part. Then you can actually see the Temple Mount. This is part of the Western Wall, and this is where the Jews are praying. And we are heading there. Most of the men will be in the air-conditioned place. Most of the women will burn down. Sorry. I'm not mean it, but that is reality when it's 35 degrees and you're fasting. Then I believe that there will be less women there. City of David is beneath that village that used to be part of the cemetery of the Jewish cemetery. Let me show you a street from 1st century. And another thing that I will show you is an evidence for the destruction of the temple. Beautiful yeshiva. Yeshiva, it's a biblical school. Most, if not all of the Jews, I cannot say all of the Jews are fasting here. I mean, there's no reason to be here if you're just visiting Jerusalem. This is not a day to visit Jerusalem, according to the local people. You can see Ethiopian Jews, Orthodox Jews, non-Orthodox Jews, Hasidis, whatever. Everyone here waiting for the bus to come. Slowly. Yesterday there were thousands, something like 100,000, 70,000 Jews there. I took a video, and when I saw that it's going to be very crowded, I decided to run away. See a lot of Jews now entering the Western Wall, and it's going to be crowded soon. It's just a few hours before the end of it, and let me see if it will let me go in. And it's so strange. It's so hot, and then the camera stopped working because it was too hot for the camera. Then you didn't see the street from First Century. Maybe we'll see it later on. But we are already at the Western Mall. It's like half an hour after I stopped taking the video, the first part, and I went to the Western Mall tunnel site to cool my camera. It's air conditioned there. And this is the Western Mall, which is only a small part of the big Western Mall because most of it is hidden by the Muslim quarter. And let's enter the men's side because I cannot enter to the women's department. And there are there's only few people who actually praise outside. Most of the Orthodox Jews are the one fasting there will do that inside. You can look at the shoes. Not so be comfortable. They're still fasting. You can see the tefillin on the head, filling on the head and the hand. And we will try to enter the air-conditioned part. Remember, the women don't have it. And it can be very crowded and a little bit stinky. You know what's happening when you're not taking a shower. And it's so hot here, but that's life. And see that reading out the Bible. That might be full of Jews, and usually it's not. Then this is the men department. It's empty because you saw where the men are. Let's see where the women are. Now, if it's okay by you, let me take you to see another place. It might be crowded with Jews who are not praying, although it's 3 o'clock now, then they have another 4 hours to fast. Those are the toughest hours. Now the West Wall is not, it is the holy side because but the Holy of the Holy is there, beneath it. It's the Dome of the Rock. The Jews are not praying through the wall. And people who think like that are, I don't know, they are strange, not the Jews, that matter. I'm getting a lot of hate about the habit of the Jews. This is so sad because you can actually look at yourself, look at the mirror, and you will understand that every religion's got doing different rituals, and this is beautiful. Then instead of hate, try to love. Easier, doesn't cost money. Now we are going out through the Muslim quarter to see if two of the places that usually are not full with people will be occupied by Jews who will pray. Look at the sign for the exit. We're going through Damascus Gate, and I hope that the camera will function. It's quite hot. Quite hot. I'm heading to the Little Western Wall. I just uploaded the video of it, but let's see what's happening at this time. So cool here. What we need is arches like that, and wow. But I like it. I got used to it. Not that I like it. I got used to it. To enter, you have to enter through the barrier. They will check your bags. They take all the metals out of your bag. They will scan the bag, and we are now out of the Jewish quarter, heading to the Muslim quarter to see if those two places will be, I don't know, full with Jews who are praying now. I'm not sure, but we can see. If not, then it's a little bit of the tour in the Muslim quarter. If I will continue straight, it's the Damascus Gate and part of the Via Dolorosa stations. You cannot smell it, but they have the best incense in the city, and I love it. I'm using it, and there are good people, although I don't know, he is in a different,
My brother.
yeah, he's in a different place now.
The best incense in the world.
Yeah, yeah, you cannot smell it, but
You
I can.
smell it, he smell.
Can you smell it?
Only me and you.
Yes, true.
Thank you very much.
Bye. And that's the father. How about you?
God bless you.
God bless you too. The beautiful people here. And that's what I wanted to tell you. Muslim, Jews, Christians, instead of fighting with each other, if they will find a base to talk about, they will discover that they have more common things than differences. It can be very nice. The garbage tractor. Oh, TV is here because they know that they might, Jews and Muslims will, I don't know, shout at each other. As I know, it's empty. No one is doing it. But I will go to the other side. And if we're talking about falafel and shawarma, this is excellent places for shawarma, very good one. Another good place. And although it doesn't function today, it doesn't work now, the best falafel. Then shawarma and falafel in one plate. I'm going through the little Western Wall, which is another part of the Western Wall. It's an unknown part. I mean, you can find at least 10 videos of it on my YouTube channel. But and two of them will be, I mean, I will uploading it, I think tomorrow. And but again, if you write Little Western Wall, you'll find it. Then I will turn right. It's in the heart of the Muslim quarter. It's next to the entrance to the Temple Mount to Al-Aqsa. I didn't even talk about it, but according to the Muslims, Muhammad ascended into heaven from there and met God himself. And in that case, it's the third important place for the Muslims. Non-Muslims can enter to the Temple Mount / Al-Aqsa from those places. The only place is to enter through the wooden bridge. Yes, you can hear them singing now. Then it's crowded. I'm not sure that I will be able to enter to the Little Western Wall itself. Because it might be crowded, but I will try. Then let's listen to them. It's in front of the Dome of the Rock, which is the closest place, almost the closest place to the... Alright, it's not so crowded, I can do that. Yesterday, there were at least 200, 300 people. Today it's quite empty, only a few people are still here. Then you saw the plaza, which is the big one, and this is the little one. The Herodian part is beneath us. The Muslim quarter built their quarter on top of the Jewish part by building arches. And if you remember, when we entered to the man department, you saw the arches. Then the Muslim quarter is above it, and then beneath us the arches, and the street from 1st century. And this is, I don't know, 18th century floor. And that part used to be the restrooms of the Muslims. Here it's not functioning anymore, and you can see that there are still notes here. And this is so quiet, much more quiet than the Jewish quarter. Except of, yeah, but it's not the praying. I'm sorry. In a regular day, you won't see them praying here, and you can see the Muslim kids are playing here. But this is not a regular day. This is Tisha B'Av. In that case, you saw another tour from Mount Zion to the Muslim Quarter. It's even more than to the Western Wall. I am happy that we did it together, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you reach that point, it means that you are good. And if you want to help me by a little bit of donation, feel free to do that. Let me turn left. Don't go away. I'm trying to see if yes, I can enter now through here. Yesterday I couldn't, if you remember. Then in the description you will find buy me a coffee link and PayPal. You can actually help me with that, or just when you push the like, next to it you will see a small heart or neck with a thing, the dollar sign. Then push it and you will be able to donate me through YouTube itself. Thank you for doing it, but don't go. We're entering to the main market who leads to the Holy of the Holy. This is the most important part. Yesterday you saw me, I took a video with hundreds of Jews who pray there. And this is the entrance. But as you can see, I think there are only 2, 3 non-Muslims cannot enter there. And let me see what's happening there. They're trying to pray here. There are few. The Muslims are doing something good. Let them go. Let them do that. It's only one day here. Oh, the smell of the sweets. Smell of sugar. Give me sugar and you bought me. I'm trying not to eat it. I love sugar. Then you can see that this is really the closest to the Holy of the Holy. They won't let me climb up because too many people, but you can see. See how close it is to the Jewish temple. Remember the TV? Yes, I believe it's mostly Al Jazeera and other channels who wants to show the world that the Jews are horrible and the Muslims are the victims. What can I tell you? Jews are good, Muslims are good. We have fundamentalists. Jews, they have fundamentalists. Muslims, and from time to time it's happened, but most of the Jews, most of the Muslims are more than beautiful. And that's what I wanted to remember from that video. That was a pleasure to be with you. Don't forget to send that video to everyone who loves history. See you. Let me show you where we were, and that's where we're gonna end the story. That you will understand that we have made kind of a round tour now. Oh, sweets. So many good sweets. What can I tell you? I love it. Alright. Then, remember the TV channels? They're right there. Oh, one of them left. The Western Wall is there. And we went straight to the right to reach the little Western Wall. Now you know where I am. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.